A CEO sees cheaper competitors undercutting their prices. In response, they announce a bold move to target a high-end premium market. 6 months later, the company is bankrupt. That failure usually stems from a specific executive mix-up. Leaders often use the terms strategy and business model as if they describe the same thing. In reality, they perform two distinct functions. Strategy is the directional choice of how you beat the competition. It acts as the steering wheel, determining where you go. The business model is the mechanical system. It's the engine that determines how a company creates, delivers, and captures value. The CEO from our opening scenario made a fatal error. They grabbed the steering wheel and turned it toward a premium market, but they kept the original budget engine running under the hood. It wasn't built to handle the new terrain. A strategy is only as effective as the machine that carries it. If the underlying operational model isn't dismantled and rebuilt to support the new direction, the company is simply driving toward a cliff. Consider Siam Beauty Lab. For a decade, they were a mid-sized cosmetics manufacturer that made white-label products for other brands. Their original strategy was cost leadership. Success was defined by being the cheapest and fastest option in the market. Their business model was perfectly tuned for this. High-speed automation and cheap labor converted raw materials into massive wholesale orders, resulting in low-margin bulk sales. The market eventually shifted. A flood of foreign factories entered the space with even lower overhead, instantly neutralizing Siam Beauty Lab's only competitive advantage. To survive, the leadership team executed an emergency pivot. They decided to abandon cheap mass production and become an original brand manufacturer, shifting to a premium differentiation strategy. This new strategy was a total mismatch for their existing infrastructure. To move forward, they had to begin the physical process of tearing down their current business model. This process is known as reconfiguration. When strategy changes, every block on the business model canvas must be updated to avoid system failure. First, the value proposition transforms. They moved away from cheap and fast to products that are organic and clinically proven. Next, the customer segment changed. The company abandoned its old wholesale clients to target individual premium buyers directly. This is often the most difficult part of a pivot. It requires firing reliable customers who no longer fit the new strategic direction. The resources followed. The old mass production machinery became obsolete, replaced by high-end R&D labs and clinical certifications. Even the daily work changed. Instead of manufacturing volume, the team shifted energy toward marketing and brand building. Finally, the revenue model flipped. Bulk wholesale checks were replaced by high-margin retail sales and monthly customer subscriptions. Navigating this valley of death is expensive and risky. It requires dismantling parts of the business that were profitable to make room for something new. But this teardown is the only way to align the operational engine with the new strategic direction. For Siam Beauty Lab, the alignment worked. The new engine generated 3 times higher profits and insulated the company from the price wars that were killing their old competitors. When your own organization sets a new target, you need to diagnose whether your current business model is an accelerator or an obstacle. Check the value proposition. Does it offer what the new strategy requires? Next, are your suppliers equipped for a high-end shift? Third, does your cost structure actively fund your new goals? Finally, can you say no to the wrong customers and upskill your workforce? Most strategic pivots fail because the vision changes while the daily operation remains the same. If your goal is to sell specialized organic serum, but your factory is still optimized for unbranded bulk bottles, the strategy isn't being executed. It's being sabotaged by your own business model. The most successful moves happen when the engine is custom-built to follow the steering wheel.